welcome once again to the wonderful world of Mr. Pierce.
Brett. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, thanks for having me. You kidding me? So we're going to do a two-part Hendrix series. I had some people asking about, can Tim and I discuss Hendrixisms? And so here we are. He obliged us and was like, of course. And so here we are. It's going to be awesome. Two-part series. The other part is going to be in a link below, and it's going to be on Tim's channel, so make sure you check that out. This one's going to be kind of the Easy Rider, stone-free vibe. There's going to be a free drum track below, so make sure you download that if you want to jam along. And then check out Tim's website and also his channel in the links below. Shall we?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
Yes, sir.
That was some sick stuff you had going on there.
Thank you. C sharp minor is the right key for this game.
And we didn't tune down to be super authentic, but whatever.
But that's easier for everybody because then they can leave their guitars at concert
exactly.
pitch.
And all those that have floating tremolos won't want to kill us.
That's true. They won't have to spend an hour retuning. Yeah, that's true.
So we're gonna go over the sounds in a little bit, but what are some of your favorite Hendrix style licks? Like what's your approach?
Okay, well I would stay kind of in C sharp pentatonic minor for the most part, and I might open with something like, which is fret 13 and fret 12, and with the Octavia pedal, if I use my fingers on my right hand rather than pick it, it gets a more of a deeper squawk.
Oh, interesting.
Now I can pick it.
Yeah.
But it gets a really nice squawk.
Interesting. It almost has more attack, which is strange.
Yeah. And then just really, really languid bends, like if I'm here in C sharp minor.
Right.
Would never be afraid to hold something for a long time.
Yeah, milk it.
And your pedals, hopefully, and your sound can sustain for a while.
Yeah.
So that's pulling at 11 to match the pitch at 13. And I use all three fingers to pull so that there's strength behind it.
Yeah.
And the vibrato is slow.
Yeah.
And then a place to land always and hit it really hard is the flat third interval, which here in C sharp minor is fret 9, and I go, that's one. And then you showed me that kind of thing.
Yeah.
You showed me that where it's because
he does that so much live too.
Yeah,
it just
and
looks cool.
That's on the G string. It's just a slide up. Okay,
dude, that thing gets awesome sustain.
Oh, good. And then a way to cascade down.
Right.
The chromatic walk down. We've got 11, 9, 11, 10, 9, 7, 9. I mean, that sounds very Hendrix.
Yeah, exactly. And then there's that classic bend you do where you're pulling up on one and then you come down on the G.
Yeah, it's frequently here, so we're in C sharp minor pentatonic. I'm going to pull up at 12, and then I'm going to tuck under. I'm going to pull the E string up. I'm going to tuck under the B string and strike that on the way down.
Oh, so you do it on the E and B too?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
And I heard him do that too. Yeah. And then move over to the B and do it on the G. And you recover from this here at fret 9 on both moves. Do it really slow. It's pretty easy to do because the string just naturally folds under your finger if you let it. And certainly you could go really strong on the vibrato there.
Yeah, exactly.
And then if your vibrato bar is functional, you can always do the
full machine gun right there.
Yeah, which is just this it's a bit of a stretch because I'm using my third finger.
Yeah.
9 up to 12 on the B string.
Right.
And it takes some strength. My hand actually gets tired pretty quickly when I do this. Just hit all the strings open to recover from that.
Give yourself a little rest. We're trying to play the licks of a 20-year-old. I mean, come on.
Yeah. with hands that were, you know.
What trips me out is when you see him play live, how big his thumb is. It like goes all the way down to the. Now here's something too, and I'm sure that if you're a Hendrix fan, you already know this. But I was a Hendrix fan for a long time before I knew what Band of Gypsies was, which is just terrifying because it's live, right? And it's just Hendrix, really good live playing. Yeah. And then the Hendrix Blues album. Have you heard that one? Where he just does all kind of covers, and it's all blues but more rock. It's not beat. That's good. Yeah. Check those out too. There's tons of killer licks like this on there. But
yeah, Band of Gypsies was probably my most listened to record.
Yeah, so
Cry of Love.
Good. That one's great too.
Band of Gypsies.
Sweet. So anything else? What else? Come on, hit me.
Moves. There's the double stops that I've heard you do. Better with a little bit cleaner sound, so it's simple enough just to roll the volume down for this.
Sounds
Two
cool
strings
with
at a time.
With the
Octavia.
Yeah.
Something you use. So I'm taking 2 strings, and it's simple. You just have to adapt to the scale.
Yeah.
E and B, and then B and G, and then G and D, and then D and A, and then onward.
D and A? It's the blueprint to the licks?
I'm just hammering on the lower string. You know, I'm sitting here at 9, and I'm hammering up to 12, up to 11, 11, 11, and then I recover that kind of... Yeah. It's very, very typical for him, too, 12 down to 9.
Yeah, with a little bend. All those little cool bends that can be like... Yeah.
And then octaves.
Yep.
Keeping it pentatonic, you know, probably on the high E string and then the G. And so whatever, you're just mirroring. If you're at 9 here, you're at 6 here, and everything stays exactly the same as you follow each finger up. You could just, you know, look at your little finger.
Yeah. Are you following the pentatonic scale up?
Yeah. And then you do maybe what they call a butterfly kind of picking thing.
Yeah. That other thing you were doing that's kind of that unison bend thing.
Oh, yeah,
also
yeah. So,
super cool.
Yeah, so I might start here. This is C sharp. Just so I have a place to travel to. Might start way down here. This C sharp note right here.
Yep.
And then 2 frets up on the adjacent string. I just pull, and it's a unison bend.
Yeah, he does that all the time.
Go up here. To 5, then to 7, then to 9, then to 12, 14, 17, and on up. You can do it anywhere.
Nice. I'd say that's enough to keep them wanting more. Let's get into some of the sounds. All right, so you mentioned the Octavia, and this is more like the harder kind of Hendrix stuff, right?
Yeah, sure.
So your Octavia, they have fuzz into it already, right? So it's kind of a twofer.
Yeah, yeah. And you can set it pretty clean, because sometimes it's nice to get really...
Right. Oh, look at you. So you had your nobles on, too.
I did. I wanted extra gain. So
okay.
So what you're saying is I have the Octavia on, but I also have a very organic sounding distortion on also, just to give it more.
What's the bass tone of your amp? Do you have dirt on the amp?
It's pretty clean.
It's pretty clean?
Yeah, let me just show you.
Okay, so there's a little bit, yeah. I find fuzzes like to have a little something.
Yeah.
But that's a great approach, too, if you can't turn up your amp. Like you're in a small place, give it a little mild distortion.
Never be afraid to use an organic, a combination of 2, distorted pedals.
Yeah.
You'll know if it sounds bad.
Yeah, exactly.
This combination sounds good, and so you just kind of mess with it, and I like to use the fingers sometimes when I'm using the Octavia. It really responds well to fingers.
Yeah, it does. I didn't realize how much he used his fingers when he played. He does it all the time. You always see him tuck it back.
Yeah.
So you got anything else going on? Any echo or reverb or anything?
I have a little bit of reverb, but that's optional. You know, he would have gotten it from the stadium, or the Coliseum. He did a lot of stuff dry, but I like to have a little reverb. And you can have delay.
Oh, nice.
Definitely part of one of his sounds.
Yeah, for sure. Red House and all that
stuff. So delay is another factor.
That thing sounds pretty good. I've never messed with one of those.
Yeah, okay. Well,
DD500, Little Boss.
That's good.
God bless their souls. They keep coming out with good ones.
Yeah, and it's all the controls are really easy to use. So the other thing is the wah.
Right.
In this particular case, I have the Octavia in front of the wah.
Yeah.
I think that's a good place for it.
Yeah. Fuzzes like to be before wahs, it seems a lot.
Yeah, and fuzzes in the chain on a pedal board, they can get compromised by buffers and stuff. So it's always good to have your fuzzes first.
Yeah.
And so we didn't really use the wah in the performance, but it's great to use it slow and expressively to open, certain notes.
Right.
You don't always want to go.
Right.
It's better if you're.
Yeah, it almost gives it like a more vocal quality. Okay, wait a sec. You gotta throw that lick in there. That was good.
That's just. I'm slowly opening the wah.
What was the lick though? Okay.
So pulling off from 12 to 9 on the B string, and then landing on 11 on the G string.
Nice. Yeah, basic lick, but
and just
kill it with the wah.
So I would say use the wah very expressively for vowel sounds while you're playing. And then, of course, the Uni-Vibe is nice too.
You're definitely going to go. That right there is so Band of Gypsies. What's that interval you just did right there?
Totally is. So that's what I opened with. Same thing. I just added in the low note. It's the first thing I showed, which is 12, 13, and 11. Yeah. And so this guitar is set up the nice way with the bridge floating a little bit. Yeah. So it takes some tweaking to get that, but if you have somebody who sets up guitars, they can do that for you.
Yeah.
The springs are a little loose. It would be harder if it was dead set against the body. Sure. And then the other thing I have to say is that I always favor the neck pickup for Hendrix stuff. You can use, for expression, go to the high pickup there if you want, the bridge.
Octavia loves the neck, though.
Yeah, and I usually just use the neck 100% of the time when I'm doing Hendrix stuff.
You don't even have to play anything. It just brings a smile to your face.
And vibe simulators are easy to get. They all sound pretty good.
Yeah, that one sounds great. That's the MXR.
MXR, yeah.
Nice. That just sounds nasty. I love that.
Alright, and thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and click the bell button to be notified when the latest videos are released. Check the main channel page for other playlists like the popular Guitarist You Should Know, where I feature today's hottest touring and session guitar players. Support the cause by visiting brettpapa.com, where I take you from learning other people's songs and licks to creating your own. Catch you next time!